Hello today. Thanks for joining me. Went on a toy hunt. The best thing about today's finds was that I went to a Target just to pick up a PlayStation 5 that I was able to acquire. And while I was there, I decided to stop in the toy section. I didn't expect to see anything, especially as much madness, fun madness, as I did see. So here's what I found. All right. So this is what you're most likely going to spot if it's going on at your Target. All right. This guy here. All right. One second. Let me see if I can fix this. Yeah, there we go. All right. So this is the Marvel Legends wave for it's an X-Men theme, where you can build Bonebreaker from the Reavers. All right. This guy is actually kind of important to me because when I first started reading comics, his group was involved with like allegedly killing off the X-Men who were like down in Australia at the time. They didn't actually really kill him. It wasn't like I was reading Punisher where it said they did, but it wasn't like they really did. I don't know. It was like this fun thing because I had to figure out what had really happened. But the Reavers are really cool. They're like cyborgs with guns, and they came from like the Hellfire Club and all this stuff. But it was really cool, and he was cool. I think they've only made one other Reaver so far. He has alternate heads, so you can, I think, make him into different types. I forget his name. But anyway, so of this wave to build Bonebreaker, you need Wolverine, Siren, the daughter of Banshee, Havoc, my personal favorite X-Man, with Shadow Cat, aka Kitty Pryde, maybe being his only real rival, Vulcan, his younger brother, Maggot, Darwin, and Sabretooth as he appeared in the 80s, which is probably my version that I would go with, even though the Jim Lee version that came a little after him is pretty cool too. But anyway, so this guy, and these figures now normally would be like $24.99. He was knocked down to $7.49. All right, that is a steal. All right, especially since he comes with the torso piece for Bonebreaker, which, I mean, you're gonna need all the pieces, but that's pretty important in my opinion. All right, so then there was Sabretooth, and he was $12.49. All right, and he comes with, what would I call this? Like the waist piece maybe, and the lower torso maybe, and like the rear machine parts for Bonebreaker, like this area here. And I mean, I think that's just a cool looking figure. If you didn't grow up with Sabretooth when he looked like that, you probably think he looks kind of tacky, but it's how he also first appeared, as I believe, with when he first appeared in Iron Fist. So this is Darwin. Now, he was only knocked down to $17.49. I'm not exactly sure. I mean, I was kind of surprised that they were like by individuals. But I mean, I had to get. I don't really care about Darwin. I don't know if I've ever even read anything that he's in. I know they use the character basically in X-Men First Class, but he's in it for only a little bit, and he probably does not match the source material very well. But he's got a side of the treads. And in all honesty, I mean, I'm going to build Bonebreaker, which I'll probably make a separate video for. Please like and subscribe if you're into this sort of stuff, especially if you want to find out about these deals. Hopefully this helps you. If it does, please let me know. Like, even if you're like, hey, all they had was Vulcan, but I need, like, I mean, I still like hearing about it. The other figure that was still at like a fairly high price, which was Maggot, and he comes with Bone Breaker's head. All right, which obviously you don't want that. Maggot, and these are like his two maggots that hang out on his shoulders. Here's what they look like. He came around in like the mid, like 96 or so. I know that because I had quit reading comics, so like maybe just before the Age of Apocalypse, which was maybe like around 94. And then I got back into it a couple years later, and he was like introduced him in Marrow. I recall the character not being the best. I mean, that's why I don't know if he's appeared in recent times. Certainly not in the last 10 or 15 years since I first saw him. But I mean, at $17.49, that is not a bad price for Marvel Legends figures now that they're usually like 23 or something. But I mean, I needed this head. I'm probably gonna sell the rest on eBay. Let's see here. Now, Siren, the daughter of Banshee. This was aside from Havoc, was clearly the one I wanted most in his classic appearance. I got him at an Amazon warehouse deal. He's actually right over here. But she was second on my list. Now, I do wish that her green was more like this green, and not like this really dark green. But she still looks pretty cool, and I think her face looks cool. But she, now it says $12.49 for her, but she rang up like Vulcan for $7.49. God, this is just I wanted this wave to build the figure, and I especially wanted Siren. I've been looking on Amazon every other day, waiting for the prices to drop. So this was like one of the best days in recent history. Then of course there's the Wolverine figure that does not come with any bone breaker pieces. He was $12.49. And I mean, what's cool about him is you see this, he's got the blood on his claws from, I guess, when he pops them, because he does bleed. He's got an alternate head. And it's a really cool, basic, quintessential Wolverine. But for $12.49, oh my God, slam dunk. Now that's not it. That's just the Marvel madness. All right. They did have some the retro style 3.75 inch G.I. Joe figures that I think look terrible, but I mean they're kind of supposed to, because they're meant to look like a Kenner Star Wars kind of figure. They were at an absurdly original price of like $18 or $20, and they've been knocked down to like maybe $7. Still too much. I'm just not interested in that line. What else was there? I'm about to show you the Star Wars stuff I found. Alright, let me see here. Well, I can't find her, but one of the vintage figures, it's the chick from The Mandalorian that's one of the Mandalorians that hangs out with Katie Sackhoff's character, Bo-Katan's character, or the character Bo-Katan. I forget her name, but she was marked down to like $6.99. Then you have the Black Series figures, the 6-inch line. Galen Erso from Rogue One. Now this was all beat up. He rang up for $11.99. He didn't even have any markings. That's why I always recommend scanning these things. Target's pretty good about having machines that work. Walmart's a little rough, but sometimes the app works. But I don't still trust the network sometimes. The machine in the store is a nice, easy, reliable gauge. This guy, he was Anton Merrick, which I don't think, they might say Merrick. He was in Rogue One as Blue Leader. He was $11.99. Once again, $11.99 for a 6-inch scale figure from Hasbro is awesome. It is, and after these price gouges, which is probably why they've been sitting there anyway. This was a fun day. And last but not least was this guy here, Saw Gerrera from Rogue One. This is him obviously he appears in Rogue One. I haven't watched Andor yet, but he appears in that, and I think it's before he's all beat up as much. We may see that happen. But this figure I've wanted for a long time, and I held off. I even almost ordered it off Target.com, and I was like, no, I'm not paying I think it was like $32 is what they want for him. Like this figure that's in the bigger packaging. These they would seem to ask for $24 or $5. This they're thinking $32, which it's kind of there have been other figures like Wrecker from the Bad Batch where it kind of looked like it made sense because he had so many accessories and he was so big, but I just don't know if I think this guy's worth that much more than a standard figure, or there's that much to him, I should say. But now he was marked down to $23 or $4. So he was marked down basically to the price he always should have been. Which I still was thinking was so high. Maybe a little too high for him, because I do think he's going to be able to be found for $12 at some point. But after I got all this goodness, all this fun stuff, I feel like it wasn't that bad paying what I did for him. But once again, I hope this video helps someone. Please let me know. Get out there and Target and check out what they've got. Please let me know what you find, because I love hearing about this stuff. I'm trying to think of what else I might have seen that had the yellow sticker on. Some of the, I don't know. On the second note, if you go to GameStop, their clearance stuff, usually that's stuff that ends in 97 cents. Their stuff right now is not whatever the lowest price is on it. It's 50% lower. So if you find something that's $25, it's $12.50, or $100, it's $50. So go out there and check that stuff out there, because I did find I meant to make a video of that. The Wookiee from this video game series, Knights of the Old Republic. It's like $10 right now. There's tons of them at the one GameStop I went to, and the Marvel Eternals figures. But I mean, even with that deal you're getting, they're like $10. I don't know how good that is. Just that part of the fun is going there and seeing what you find. But thanks for watching. Have a nice day.